Damn it, I've been exposed too many times now. I guess this is the way to tell the difference between me and Fawn, because I always make mistakes at the start of the stream before I kind of realize that. How am I a good commentator? I don't know, man, honestly. Like, I definitely don't take the stage in terms of commentating, but I try my best. But anyway, the game has now kicked off in this Laochra against NT. Should be pretty interesting one. I think Laochra have enjoyed the majority of the wins head-to-head in the recent year. Since they have not in the recent year, but in the recent months at least, because I mean, when they just established, they were still a Division 3 team. I would like to do the predictions, but as always, I've got no damn clue how to do them. So if a moderator, anyone can help me out as always. I'm sorry, I keep having to ask this, but I don't know how to do predictions. I have an idea, but I don't exactly know. Nah, and I'm too scared to screw around with that, so just bear with me. Anyway, Mabi now sending in towards Ferox. Goes for the shot, Ferox. Ooh, that's very... shaves just the left side of Courtois there. Not sure if he had it covered. Now Donald. Laochra sending back even their attackers now. Trabajador hasn't played in quite a while, at least from what I've seen from recent results. That is a well-weighted ball there towards Mabi. He's going to look for a cross and maybe Mabi. No, for maybe the shot here. Great save by Courtois. I don't think it was too threatening. Right in the middle of goal there. A simple dive would have done a trick, and it did in this case. But Bat gives it away, or JD get, and Ferox make hash of it. And all of a sudden it's 1-0 to Laochra. And just like that, Wilmots and Remek out dribbled there by the likes of Ferox. And 7th minute, 1-0 to Laochra already. They're missing some key players, Laochra. I think Ted's definitely one of them. I think Kozzy hit me up with that. But it doesn't seem to affect them so far. Like, they've already had... How many shots in the first few minutes already? It's like 3 shots in 7 minutes of iOS. I wouldn't say so, man. Like NT, they have been struggling for quite some time, for an extended period of time. This is not just form we're talking about here. Ferox now. Shot Ferox, saved by Courtois. And this time Donald is gonna have to take on Flame. Has JD to his right, maybe. Does pick him out. JD is gonna have to go for a crossing now. He does, but Flame deals well with it. And Ferox calmly collects. Yeah. Those were the players, Kozzy, yeah. So I mean, to still be 1-0 up in the 7th minute, it's quite big, considering the amount of players you're missing and the amount of players you had to replace. The rotation looks to be pretty good for this team right now, even though it's just the first game of the season. Jake tries to cross it in and chooses the wrong curl. Flame is good anywhere he plays, mate. Anywhere Flame plays, he's solid. And he's just wasting possession. I really pray that NT somehow will find their form back, but they're gonna have to attract also some. So they have some big names there, but you can't just rely on them entirely. Wilmots, of course, is a great center back. Has been shown that for years and years. But it's gonna take something special to get this NT gears rolling again. Dylan now sends it back towards Flame. He's gonna look for that pass middle towards Ferox. He does. Mabi now up against Remek. Gonna take him on there. Ferox now tries to do the same thing he did with last goal, and ends up giving it away. Now goes to Miar. Wilmots now just slightly misses it there. I mean, I certainly hope so. They have started to make slight improvements, I agree, but they will have to, try and kind of glue things together, know how the other player plays, But yeah, in order to do that, you're gonna have to attract technical players. You have to attract prodigies and Sadly, that hasn't just been happening. Jake is just going to go for a stand across here. Ferox just not making it just, and Mabi for the shot! It's 2-0 just like that. 90th minute. The Norwegian on left wing this time. Was about to say CF, but I mumbled on my words there. But no matter. Mabi now making it 2-0 for Laochra. And it seems like the key players that Laochra are missing so far, it doesn't really seem to impact them now. Remek, I think, could have dealt better with that. I agree, Yuki. I agree. RT was much in a better position last tournament. I see, and the whole thing is, right, I really don't like to be biased, right? But at the same time, I cannot deny facts. These are just the facts of the game at the moment. And so I really hope the best for NT. I still hold them due to my Ferox to make it 3. Ferox! Good save by Courtois there. Just checking it out who this is. Oh, I think this is Gangster. Make sure to... I just have to put that message there because it's just left. Yeah, okay, so my assumption was right. It is Gangster, but just make sure to change it because it becomes very hard for me to tell who is who. Especially when it's not the bigger teams out there. Mabi, great touch there, and also a great ball by Flame. Is going to look to take out Remek. It doesn't seem to be the most troublesome. Mabi is going to go for a shot. Great block there by Mjar. And they've escaped once more. And now JD can kind of kickstart the attack here. Chooses to go the simple road. Mjar up against Pigeon. Loses out to the same man he was versing. That's a very good ball. Sneaked past the defense there. But Donald does well to help his defense out there. Maybe Borgar, maybe. The issue with that is though is that they're always trying out players from RT into their thing. Oh, Ferox! It's a mistake there by Donald Ferox! And that's a very weak shot. Yeah, as I was saying, the thing with that is that the best players from RT in that very moment, they sometimes do get tried out for NT. So it's kind of this a very similar thing because you're not going to merge both teams and say, oh, I'm going to take also the worst players from RT. It doesn't really work like that. Ooh, that ball just doesn't find Ferox. I think it was from Mabi. We are now. Bogdan passes it to Trabajador. Takes his time a little too much and allows the block to happen from, I think it was either Mabi. I really hope NT recover though. I really do hope it. They've, as I said, a team with history deserves nothing but at least stability, and they've experienced anything but stability at this point. So I really hope at one point they'll attract some good players and they'll start to get their play style, their strategy going, and to find their feet back a little bit. But it's gonna be a long process, a very long process. Now Donald sneaks the ball well towards Bogdan. Mjar is going to have to go back a little bit to cover it, but he's there! Oh, I say! That's a good header by Mjar and an even better ball by Bogdan. I was going to say he should go back and cover for Bogdan, but it seems like it worked out. It seems like it worked out. It's 2-1. Unbelievable there. And that is one goal for NT back. And it's a very unlikely goal scorer, I must say. Sorry, Mjar, it's just very unlikely, but that's a very good header play, very good header. Nothing Smithy could have done about that. Now Mabi, Remek, well played by him. Pigeon, good recovery there. Oh, that's a missed ball there towards Donald. Gets whiffed there by Flame. That's all he has to do, to be honest. Great ball towards JD, who's taking on Dylan. Looks to have beaten him. He's gonna maybe go for a cross-in. Oh, I think he lagged out there. Sadly, there's no obligatory fair play in these situations there, I don't think. And so it's gonna go right in the jaws of NT again. The thing about NT is that they had a lot of veterans who are just not active. You know, let's give an example. Maybe Valor. You know, he's had to go inactive as well for some very obvious reasons. Very key part of NT as well. So it's players like these that in reality they're really missing, and it hurt them. It hurt them because it's very difficult to replace these types of veterans who've played the game for so long, but who've now gone inactive. So I think that also plays a little bit of a role in the situation they're currently in right now. They're playing it well now though, NT. That's fantastic ball play there from them. Trabajador now. Zigzags around, tries to find Donald. Donald can't just get it there, and the duet between Pigeon and Flame almost gets Ferox to on goal. Now Donald towards Flame. He's gonna look to rush for a little bit. Donald gets a yellow on his record already, but you know, you have to realize that yellow cards do mean something in this league, like they have last season as well. If you have too many of them, you'll get a match ban. So, depending on the timing, it can matter a lot. That's a good ball there from Remek towards JD, who has only Dylan to beat there, but Dylan does so well to defend. He's a very well-established defender there, at least for what I've seen for Laochra, from playing against him as well. Ferox now. Just can't get the pass right towards Mabi. Unlucky there. Now, Trabajador looks to have beaten Samu. And tries the ball towards JD. Doesn't work out well for him. Dono now. Can't get the pass towards Traba straight. Now Jake. Pigeon now. Loses the battle between Mia. Yeah, I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like the kind of I would say the quote unquote risk with getting those TikTok players in and new prodigies is that they will only get better and better. Like a lot of them will only get better and better, and so they will start to seek new challenges. You know, you can't keep a player caged in a certain division, so you're gonna have to find that appeal to make them stay. You know, and it's very difficult to do so, especially since it's an online game. Nobody's tied to anything or anyone, so you have to have something special to keep your players around. That's a good ball there, but just offside. And ending the first half, Laochra leading by 1 goal. 2-1 is the score from some very early goals there, but well played from them regardless. Took their chances, but NT finding the reply, not a full reply, but some type of reply in the form of Miar. Great cross there by Bogdan. And so the game is kept at an interesting level now. And then afterwards, NT looked to have a little bit more control from that point. A little bit more. Unlucky on some passes, on some offsides, you know, on some 1v1s lost. It's fine. That's a very good cross with Bogdan there. Very great cross. Lovely to watch there. Aris NG 6-1, RTM Purse 4-0. Yeah, I've kind of expected. I'm pretty sure this is the reason why they weren't streamed. I'm not even surprised. No, RT aren't doing bad. If you really think about it, like people are trying to compare, you know, generations of RT, and we had still the TikTok era players. Like, you know, at one point they had, for example, Aguero, Chappers, and stuff like that playing there as well. You had, you know, Kingu managers. So obviously it's going to be better. But you have to remember, like, back at the time, they were basically at the lower level, you know, so... But Ferox looks to shoot there, and... It's a corner for Laochra, and they can really hurt NT with this, as they might do, and it's off the crossbar from a deflection. And it's a corner once more. Jake overseeing it once again. There's a deep cross. Well blocked there. Pigeon for the shot! Great save by Courtois. Sending it towards Bogdan now. Looks for a long ball. Trabajador misses it, but works out well. Now he's going to have to go towards JD. Is he offside? He's not. Donald now. Donald! Could it be 2? It is! It's 2-2! And NT have found a way back to a mean deflection. Very unfortunate there for Smithy. It looked like he had it, but it's 2-2. Duncan Donald strikes again. Who saw that coming? Who saw that coming? Flame just not dealing it too well, and then again, the deflection is just one thing leading to another. Very unlucky there on Flame's part, but it's 2-2, and NT have found a way back. Potentially. I agree. I think they have found some rhythm. It's now about whether they can keep it and capitalize on it. This is the game now. The ball is sent back to Courtois. Oh, that's a interception there. Mabi has Ferox in the middle. Ferox! 3-2 there. An instant reply from Laochra there. And Ferox once again gets on the score sheet. 2 goals for him now, I think it is. And it's just as simple as that. That's all it takes. One mistake. Bogdan was pushing up for potential overlap. And it ended up hurting them. Not his fault though. It wasn't a safe ball played towards the CM there, and all of a sudden it's 3-2, and Laochra have found some cushion. Donald now tries to play a ball through. Hey, don't blame me, by the way that the team is said. Don't blame me. Because if I don't say Laochra, of course you'll be very disappointed. So this is apparently the way you have to say it. So I will just abide by this rule. Ferox now. Samu. Now Jake. Taking on Bogdan here. Sending it back. NT are keeping Laochra a little bit in their own half. Long ball from Smithy. Doesn't find anyone, but the deflection finds Pigeon now. Now Ferox has, I think, Jake or Mabi on a wide, but Ferox now crosses it in. That's a good interception by Remek there. And it's a goal kick in the end for NT. It's a bit of a high ball played for Donald. And Flame now is covered by Pigeon as he looks to take on a defense, but it's a good wolf there by Bogdan. Ferox now. Back into NT's possession now with JD. Now Donald up against 2. And Miar kind of in his way there. I think the pass was meant for Bogdan. Cross in now. Bogdan, yeah, they're all kind of just jumping around. They don't even know where it's going to land. Ferox now. Ferox gets through. Bogdan now, and it's a square into Jake, and it's a save by Courtois. Bros, you have something to prove when you're in prey now, man. You're going to have to show them you didn't fall off. Let's see how that's going to work out. Ball sent back to Smithy, entering the 60th minute almost. And now Jake wins his ball back. This could be another attack for Laochra. Now Mabi can hurt them, you know, especially on 1v1s. Mabi. Mabi now looks to go for maybe a shot here, but kind of scuffs it wide into the side netting. And Courtois again. Not the best of even is that word. Not the best of goal kicks there. Ferox now, worked by Bogdan. Trabajador. Wilmots now has to look for Remek, which he does. And Remek making a hash of it. And this is the similar situation we've seen in the third goal. Ferox could be 4-4, and this is good block by Wilmots now. Dylan going for the overlap now. Up against JD. Dylan manages to get some type of cross in here, and now Mabi shimsabs, and it's 4-2. Mabi with his second. Great move there from the Norwegian skipper, and Laochra have got their cushion that they wanted now. They can start to look at things a bit more comfortable now. I doubt we'll be seeing another one of those comebacks just like we've seen in the first half. I think the NT's defense are kind of they're kind of a bit too wide at the moment, not really creating too many outlets in case the attack doesn't work out. Now Donald taking on Flame. JD now, Mabi pushing back, has to go for the pass back, which he does. Mabi wins it back though. Ferox against Wilmot, and he does get beaten. Ferox, it could be 5, you know. He takes the shot, great block by Bogdan, and it looked like it was going right into the back of the net there. And now Donald, woofed by Flame. Ferox for 5 maybe. Good block by Bogdan. Dangerous deflection there. Remek now towards Donald. Wide ball in towards Trabajador. I think he might not make that. No, he's not. Pigeon now. Good ball towards Ferox. Stuck in a 1v1 again. Ferox goes for the shot here. It's 5-2. And that's his hat trick. And I think that's game, set, and match, ladies and gentlemen. There even isn't any ladies around here. Simple as that for Ferox. As he does ever so well. You never want to catch this guy in 1v1s. He knows what to do with them usually. 5-2 for Laochra, and they seem that they have this game well under control, and they'll be taking the 3 points, I think. As it was just looking so good for NT for just a tiny bit of time. They have fallen at the jaws of Laochra once again, like they did in the first half. Samu now. Goes for the cross in Samu. Mabi now. Mabi now for 6 up against Remek. Goes for the shot here. It's kind of all over the place and it's 6-2. Wasn't sure where that was going to end, but NT just aren't dealing with it well at the moment, and it's 6 this time. And Mabi calmly slots it after Courtois kind of just dived around all the place, you know. And I agree. Laochra can really fly high this season. They've shown that even without some key players, they can still inflict some heavy damage there. Tries to go for a ball down the line. Doesn't reach anyone. Dylan kind of knocks it back into the path of Trabajador, but he can't do anything with that. And now Dylan. Ferox now once again, as he does so well. He maybe has a person to his right. That's a good woof there. I mean, it's a corner, but still good regardless. Better than facing a shot on goal once again. Across it, this time towards Jake. And it's a goal kick for NT now. How many shots have they had actually? They've got 17 against 2 shots. My goodness me. Just checking if I've got caps lock on there. Wilmot deals well with it. Goes for a ball towards Miar. Now Donald. Good move to get past Pigeon there. Trabajador now. Oh, I think he could have went for that through ball towards Donald again. But he does well to get past Flame. Oh, and he had to get that yellow card there, Flame. Maybe not so much worth it since it's 6-2. Could have definitely relied more on the keeper there. Now, go and look for an option. Trabajador. Donald with a shot. Easy save for Smithy. Ferox now once again. Ferox with a shot deflection. Falls into the hands of Courtois. Trabajador now. Loses out to Pigeon. Ferox now once again. Towards Mabi. Just a bit wide. box! Oh, what a hit! Smacks the crossbar. Donald now has Trabajador to his left. He's gonna maybe opt for a cross into JD, and just too low and easy for Flame to deal with. Mabi now again. The big Norwegian box there, well dealt with by Wilmots there. Bogdan now plays it. I don't know where he plays that, but again, reckless defending there. Pigeon now. Towards Trabajador, who's found himself into a 1v1 against Flame now. This is the stuff where he's good at. Trabajador with a shot. Great save by Smithy. Donald now. Up against Pigeon. Donald does well. Passes in towards JD. Trabajador now. Once again in a similar spot like he was on his previous chance there now. And gets it towards JD. JD goes for the cross. It's a deep one. It's a good one. And it's 6-3 now. Donald on the score sheet once again. It's his second. But I think it's too little too late for NT. But it's at least something to be happy about. Reducing the deficit there. By the way, if you guys want to do like any interviews, I mean, I know they're playing a game right now, but anyone, that doesn't matter. If you're, as long as you're part of the team, like you're, that are playing right now, and you want to have an interview, and you've watched the game, of course. I'm not gonna have an interview if you didn't watch the game, so pointing out. But and don't worry, I can keep track of that. But any of the players want to interview, I'll be more than happy to do one. Not really in a rush as things stand. Ramak now. Yeah, I don't mind Kozzy if you. I'm sure you. I mean, yeah, you've seen the game, right? I'm sure you have some things to say. So anyone can interview, as long as you've seen the game or you've played in the game and you're part of the team or one of the teams that has played. Trabajador now. Oh, just a bit of a distraction there. Then you can come for an interview. I don't mind. Although I won't be doing everyone, just a select few players that I choose. Donald towards JD. Trabajador now. Could be 4. Maybe. Oh, well dealt with by Pigeon there. Now Jake. Taking on Bogdan here, Jake. Final 2 minutes of the game. Let's see if it can still produce a goal here. Didn't now. Dispossessed by Donald. Donald has the option to his right. He didn't choose for it. But it now is chosen, and JD doesn't look like he has stamina. Plays it back towards Donald. Donald now for 4! It is! It's a hat-trick for him. Like I said, too little too late there, but that's very, very good finish regardless. Take nothing away from that. Good move from him. And the score line looks a bit more on the friendly side now for NT. If that means anything. But like I said, too little too late. And there it is. The game is finished. Laochra 6, Natural Talent 4. A game action-packed for the scoreline that it was. Let's bring over the screen a little bit here. Let me just change that scoreline real quick. No, we're not going to do that. Fixtures, maybe? Oh, no. Yeah, okay. That's probably better. Let me just go to the casting lounge real quick, because I'm sure people want on this interviews. So just hit me up. Join the. There we go. All right, so we've got Kozzy here now, right? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Let me just get. Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. You can hear me. Everything good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect. So, Kozzy, Laochra looked comfortable in my opinion throughout the game. There's been some hiccups, but 6-4 is the end result. Tell me your opinions about the game today.
Well, I think it's a good win. It's a good way to start the league. Like going, there's been a lot of transformation in the team since going back nearly a year from going from playing in Div 4 to now playing in Div 1. With today, there was a lot of absences, really late on absences that we only found out like a few hours before the game. So like Tep wasn't available, JW3, Octrix, our top scorer last season. Some pretty important players weren't going to be available, so I had to chop and change up the lineup a bit. But I think we done really well. I think Pigeon and Dylan done well. Pigeon coming up from the academy, and yeah, I think the score line sort of it doesn't give a good reflection on how we play because I think the score line is a bit more fair onto NT because I think we dominated a lot in that game, and that should have been a bit bigger of a gap maybe.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
but we gave up some scrappy goals, and there were some good moments from Donnell and other players for NT, and we wasted a few chances. But overall, I'm happy, and I think it gives us a platform to go into the next game, which would be sort of an impossible game versus NG in the next match. So I'm happy with the result.
yeah, right? You miss key players, and it's bound to cause some hiccups, right? It's not, they're still less experienced players, but they still played really well for the opportunity that they got given. I think they made very good use of that, and it's good to have that kind of rotation in your side, to say, okay, listen, we're missing some key players, but we can still make something happen. And as you saw, they've made a lot happen. Some hiccups here and there, but it's bound to happen. I'm sure the nerves of the league can get to some people. A lot of people actually, especially those who haven't experienced it as much, who are playing now on the big stage because League One is full of teams that can hurt you. It's full of the best and also some who are less. So I think they've done very well for what it was, and I think that at the end of the day, like the experience did prevail. Ferox with I think it was 3 goals, Mabi with the same story. I think so. Yeah,
No, I even say, well, Jake is experienced enough. Obviously, he's been in and around the team since near the beginning. He's been up and around in like RT, NTA, Tigres, and stuff. But like he'd be more of a player that not many people would sort of say, "Oh yeah, he can be a difference." But he did do really well today. So did Dylan and Pigeon.
I agree,
So
100%. Yeah, no. Like I know Jake. I know Jake fully well. Like he was my manager from the day I started playing this game. So yeah, he's he also did had a lot of good moments, especially on the wing. Because he used to be defending a lot. So to see him do well on the wing, it's good. It's good on him. But you know, it was overall a good game. Some hiccups cost you some goals, but glad for your side at least that that 6-3 or 6-2 whatever it was cushion kind of helped diffuse things very early on. So at least from my side, I think it's a performance that you can be happy about. I'm not exactly sure who you're playing in your next fixture. Can you remind
we're
me? I'm not.
playing against NG,
My goodness me.
and
God bless
like
you
with
guys.
this of a stopped and changed lineup, even with this lineup, if we can play like we did without giving up the hiccups, I think we can have a good game.
Yeah, I mean,
And I wouldn't go as far as to say that I think we could beat NG, but you never know in this. Like I'm I believe in our lads a lot, and I think some of them are top players, and some of them can become top players in the future. And part of that's to be playing against the best, and obviously NG have proven time and time again that they are the best team to be reckoned with. That when they go into a game, they're never the underdogs. They're always the favourite going into every game, which isn't something you can say about most teams in iOS. But
I
I
mean,
think we can. I think we can put up a good fight at least. I don't think we'll roll over and just let them put us to the sword. I think we can put up a good fight against them.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly hope so. There's a because you know how sometimes these games go against NG. You know, like as far as at
Yeah,
0-0, you look like you got things under control, but as soon as that first
yeah,
goal comes, it's very difficult to make it back from because NG at that point when they got that 1-0 lead, they are very good at controlling the game and frustrating you to the point where you just keep making mistakes, you become impatient. You know, so it's all about trying to not succumb into that pressure after because you know most in more cases than not you're gonna be 1-0 down, right? It's about the reply that you deliver after that 1-0 because they're going to try and get into your head a lot of the times, right? So it depends. I think that you guys have got a lot of quality. You know, if you know, I've said this many times. I respect Laochra a lot. They've come a long way, believe me, from being into the depths of Div 4 to all of a sudden competing against some of the best teams in this game. So you know that deserves a lot of recognition. And whether you guys go out with a loss against NG or whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, it's just
no, because the expectations won't be high in that sort of game. Like we already know that, and most of the community know that as well. When any team is playing against NG, well, mostly anyway, they just know that it's probably going to be hammering for the other team. But like, if you can't go into the game being confident in your ability, in your team, and the people around you, then there's no point even showing up. But I think we can show up, and I think we can do
I
respectably against them.
I certainly agree. I mean, if you go through the game with the mentality that you've lost already, and then you actually lose, it's kind of like going through it twice. There's not really any point in doing that. You know, just take it up the chin,
Yeah,
say,
there's no
okay,
point going in
yeah,
to a
exactly,
game
exactly. I
thinking
agree.
we're going to lose. So what's the point of going in? Oh yeah, we're going to lose. So what's the point? We have to go in and not be like, because I see teams that play against NG or higher tier opposition, and all they'll do is they'll try to defend or they'll sit back and they won't try to attack them, and would just rather, oh, we don't want to try score one, but we'll just rather try sit back and try defend and try to stop them from scoring, and it never really works. But
Yeah.
if we're going to play against a team like NG, our attack is probably our strong point. So there's no reason for us not to try and go at them and give it a chance.
Absolutely. I mean, again, it also depends on availabilities as well, and that's going to change,
Mm.
some certain aspects of the game. But I think you've still got a lot of options regardless. You know, you've got very experienced veterans, very experienced players, and also your quote unquote prospects are also in a very good position at the same time. I think you've got
Yeah.
a very good rotation, and as long as you go into the game not thinking you're going to lose, I think you guys will be, definitely in a better position that you would be if you were to go in the game thinking you've lost already. That's at least the whole message I'm trying to say.
No, because I'd hate to go into a game thinking, yeah, this is going to be a loss. This is going to be just a complete roll over and just walk in the park for them. And I know even some of the players in my team, understandably, are going to be scared or going to be worried about it, or going to think, well, if we can get 6-0, 7-0 lost, then we'll take that. But there's no point in that. Like, you just have to do your best and be confident, because how
Absolutely.
are you ever going to beat them if you never try to beat
Absolutely, and this doesn't just count for NG either. It just counts for every single game you're going to play from the season on. This season is going to
them?
last a very long time, and not to scare you or anything, but I think from the recent results I've seen from the opponents that you are also be going to play, I think World Talent lost 8-0 to Pro Soccer and our Soccer C lost 10-2 to NG. So these are
Yeah.
just to say the least, right? A very big difference in levels in some teams.
Yeah.
But, you know, in my opinion, I think your side are very organized. They kind of know what to do. Every single game they go in, they kind of have an idea of what to do, how every person plays. So maybe this can make the difference. Maybe, it's a very far stretch because at the end of the day, it's still NG. But
What I would say is that if people think, and if, like, fair enough if somebody thinks, oh, you're going to lose anyway, but if we are going to lose anyway, then what's the point of, like, why not just try?
yep,
Just try to do something against them. So at least it's more respectable as well.
pretty much, yeah.
But
That's
being respectable and losing is one thing. It's still a loss at the end of the day. So obviously a focus will be on the win, even a draw, but like obviously the odds are stacked against us dramatically.
And
So
yeah, true. And I think for the for some of the newer lads in your team who might get the chance to play against NG, I think it's going to be very a big changing in the way they see the game. You know,
yeah,
NG are unlike any other team. So regardless of what happens, I hope that these people can learn from this. You know, and and grow to become better players. That's kind of the gist of it at the end of the day.
we
To
can't
live.
underestimate them, but
Absolutely.
we can't underestimate ourselves either.
Absolutely. That's the gist of it.
We've
So,
done it already, like so we can go that step further.
absolutely. Well, I think that's all the time I've got. Thank you so much for your words, and I wish you guys all the best in the next fixture. I'm not entirely sure how many days we've got in between each fixture, but regardless, we'll see. And if it's going to be streamed or not, we're all gonna figure that out. But yeah, it was a pleasure speaking to you. I wish you guys all the best. I respect Laochra a lot, so keep doing what you're doing. Keep having at it, believe in yourselves, and at the end of the day, just try and learn from every single game you play.
All right.
Um,
Ninyar Por Lakela Lake Rabu.
that was Cosy right there, lads. Signing off with his quote, I guess. Um, so yeah, this was gonna be the stream for tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed this game. It was a pretty for the result. I didn't expect the result, to be quite honest, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm not sure when I'll be streaming the next game, but I have much more time on my hands, so this definitely won't be the last time you'll be seeing me. But we've got a huge influx of commentators coming up, so you may be seeing me, you may not be seeing me, you may even see FOM and think, hey, this is Mane, or hey, this is FOM, or whatever, you know. So, guys, without further ado, I'm gonna close the stream right now. So thank you all so much for your attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.